Clark, Gregg?
Cat Greenleaf.
Do you often get called Gregg Clark?
I do.
Is it a bummer?
It shouldn't be, because I guess to everyone else, that's how my name ought to be, but I've never...
Why should it ought
really
to be
heard
any?
that
It shouldn't ought to be anything.
You're right, I should declare our freedom on that.
You should be who you are. Although I assume you often get Phil Coulson.
I do get that sometimes.
Love it or hate it.
I'll take it.
Right.
Yeah,
Take it to the big time.
It's better than, hey, did you go to high school with me? No.
I know, that's so bad, right? And then you have to say, no, you might have seen me in a little thing called The Avengers.
Move away, please.
You got to be Coulson not just in The Avengers, but
Iron Man 2, Thor, animated Ultimate Spider-Man, Lego Marvel. I'm very protective. I don't like you to hear that voice coming out of any Coulson-esque figure and not have it be mine. Mr. Stark?
Phil, come in.
is Phil Coulson your ticket to the majors?
He certainly has been a tremendous character that offered me more challenges than I could have ever expected. I mean, the stuff I've gotten to do would be great in any film, whether it was a comic book movie or not. And there's a way that character connected with people all over the world. When he died in the Avengers, people went crazy about it, and they started putting #CoulsonLives on beaches and bridges and stuff all over the world.
Good.
And that's meaningful. If you're not doing this to connect with people, I don't know what you're doing, because I want to connect.
You do it.
I want to connect,
now is
girl.
the time. Come on.
I'm not single anymore, and I've lost all my skills, but one of the ones that I had started to get was you don't want to kiss a woman until she's ready, and the snoring tips me off that maybe she's not really there. A little Botox, and then we'll talk.
Oh,
no,
you know how much
I'm
it would
kidding.
take?
Oh, see?
Are we getting this? Did we get that?
That wasn't the kiss, that was it could happen.
That was foreplay.
Expectation, I'm told.
By the way, speaking of foreplay, hey, I can't stand foreplay. I have no time for it. I like to get to it. Don't bore us, get to the chorus kind of thing.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Some men would consider you the ideal mate.
Oh, why? Are you a fan of the foreplay?
Sometimes I am.
Really?
But I can't tell if that's just because I've been trained to be.
So, what do you see the next iteration of your career being?
That's a really good question. In Asgard, which, as you may know, is where Thor is from.
I do.
There's a guy named Odin who's Thor's dad, and he's they call him the All-Father. And I find no matter what you call that deific character, it's best to kind of work really hard and turn the rest over to your All-Father.
Got it. So,
how about that?
That was a very good way of saying you have no clue what's coming up next.
I've found that,
How about this? What do you want to be next? What do you want to be next? If you were Phil Coulson in many, many, many things.
That's already happened. I'm happy doing that. I'd be happy doing that forever. There's that old saying, if you want to make God laugh, make a plan.
Right.
I certainly have found that to be professionally very true. So, I just try to work hard and be nice to people and see what happens next.
If I want to make God laugh, I tell him a joke. If you had a joke to tell God, what would it be?
I'd be so scared to tell God a joke
Tell
if he
God a
didn't
joke.
like it. No.
What if you like? What? You're going to hell if he didn't like it? He doesn't really send people there.
What's God going to laugh at? That's really hard. Then you have to anticipate what his sense of humor might be.
Right.
It's too much pressure. I'm
And
folding.
that it's a him.
I couldn't even deal with a nightclub act. Now you want me to do my first joke for God?
It's an interesting thought, though, right? Well,
It
if
is.
you had to deliver the funniest line of your life to God.
So you mean you die, you get there, there's God, and he's like, one joke decides your fate.
Right.
I feel like God must have a sense of humor, or else why see horses? But
Right.
I don't know what kind of joke God's really going to like. Because the thing about God is, he actually has heard them all.
I'm grateful that you've come here. Thank you.
I'm grateful that you've come here and shared your dog
Thank you.
and her lips with me.
Thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.